Dear students, in the first class we have discussed the different basic aspects of software architecture, and also we have discussed the architecture with our real architecture, the architecture of house, the architecture related to different types of buildings, the Gothic architecture, okay, and the architecture related to a normal house, okay, the architecture related to the bird house, okay, the architecture of a human body. The God is created such a fantastic fantastic body uh, with a well defined intelligence, okay. Like this, many the architecture of elephant we have discussed. After observing all these kinds of architecture, we come to the one point that architecture is a structured design. Architecture is a structured design, and it contains different types of elements, okay, and all elements are perform their own functionality in order to fulfill the assigned task, okay. This is the architecture. And software architecture we have discussed. The software means, so we know in a general sense, it's a set of instructions or programs instructing a computer to do special task. And software architecture means, software architecture is the defining, okay. First we will define the architecture, and afterwards we will structure the architecture, defining and structuring of a solution that meets technical and operational requirements. And software architecture, it optimizes the attributes involving a series of decisions such as security and manageability and performance. Also, ultimately it impact application quality, maintenance, performance and overall success. Again the question arises, what is the meaning of technical and operational requirements? The meaning of technical and operational requirements. While studying the software engineering, we would have meet this word many times. We have listened this word many times. That is mainly in the software. There are three different types of requirements. Means requirements we are classifying in three different ways depending on their functionality and usage, okay. And first I will discuss what is a functional requirement. This is this kind of requirements. These kinds of requirements will discuss what the system is supposed to do. Functional requirements means what the system is supposed to do, and how it could process the orders and send bills, regulate the temperature, etc., etc. Means functional requirements means the system is supposed to do, what the system is supposed to do. And operational requirements means these are about how to run the system, that is how will you run the system. First we will log into the system, that is a logging, and startup, shutdown, and controlling of the activities, okay, and monitoring of the software activities, and resource consumption, backup availability, etc. These all these kind of aspects comes under the operational requirements. And next is technical requirements, means there are about how the system is built, how the system is built, whether it is built on using which language, which operating system, which I/O standards, which libraries to be adhered to, etc. comes under the technical requirements. So in these days mainly we focus on operational and technical requirements are usually bundled together as a non-functional requirements. Operational plus technical lead to a non-functional requirements. Mainly to stop silly arguments as to whether a system will respond to the user request within 1 second in an operational or a technical requirements. For example, if you I want to tell you one analogy. I want to go to the some city. and this is my function. This becomes a functional requirement, and how I go there, whether I reach that particular city place by traveling through taxi or through aeroplane mode or through train or by walking. This is a operational requirement. This is the operational mode. Technical requirement means which vehicle I have to use, the vehicle to reach the particular place, how that is what capacity of engine it should have, and what capacity of fuel it should be fuel it should contain, and what is the average to reach average capacity of that particular vehicle to reach particular place. And along with that, I will also consider some physical environments, whether it is a very runny or the temperature is very cold, below the minus degree. Okay, like this different aspect I need to consider. These are technical requirements. This is the analogy how the functional, operational, technical requirements are considered and very essential in a software architecture. Next we will begin with the that is in detail about software architecture, and in last class we discussed the different types of software architecture and how it is useful, and the difference between software design and software architecture. Software architecture is it deals with a big structure, and it contains many elements, and it also deals with how the different types of elements or components of a software system interact with each other, how they cooperate with each other, whether they share all the information mutually or some secret information they keep along with them and share remaining information. This is about software architecture. Means software architecture, it is an abstract of software design, and software design, it's a smaller structure. It deals with a single program, single software, and in a small in one word we can say software design is the implementation and software architecture is a structure. Or else you can define software architecture is a blueprint of a software design. How to do, what to do, when to do, this all things we considered in a software architecture. And real implementation, how to do, means which programming language we have to implement, whether the programming language is suitable on particular operating system, or else we have to launch it on a single domain server or multiple the server we support with the multiple domains. Like this, many aspects we need to consider. That is a software design. Okay, these are the main difference between a software design and a software architecture. And also you can say software architecture is a subset of a software design. And the role of architect in the software architecture is it plays a important role. Okay, because architect has to listen to that is different stakeholder opinion. Here stakeholders are client users, the stakeholder may be a developer, or the stakeholder may be a constructor. Like this, the architecture has to listen to different the different stakeholder views, and he has to construct a software architect in such a way, in the way the different stakeholders want. And this is how the software architecture subject evolved, the concept evolved. And we'll see why architecture is so important, because it acts as a vehicle for stakeholder communication, and also architecture manifests the earlier set of design, because day by day the needs of a customer are changing, the needs of a developer are changing. Okay, considering all these people needs, we need to change the that is implementation, design as well as a technology. And we'll also discuss where did it start. Okay, it's the software architecture evolved basically from the year 1992 by Perry and Wolf. Again, it is re-evolved in the year 1987 like this. First it started in the year 1969 to 1962. There are many definitions of software architecture. Still it is end, but there is no the shortage for definition. Many that is architectures and developers as well as authors of book define the software architecture in a different way. So we'll stick to one definition that typically represents the meaning and the purpose of software architecture. Okay, this software architecture typically refers to the bigger structure of a software system, and it deals with the multiple software processes and cooperate to carry out their task. Okay, here this software architecture, it is mainly meant for a bigger structures of a software design, and it deals with how multiple software processes, there are many software processes will be there, starting from the designing of the software till launching into the market, in between many steps. Okay, that is in order to go through these steps, we require a blueprint called software architecture, and it deals with how multiple software processes should cooperate to carry out their task. Okay, and next, software design refers to smaller structure, and it deals with the internal design of a single software process. Next is the architecture of a system describes the major components. Okay, also the relationship between them and how they interact with each other. And software architecture and design includes several contributory factors such as business strategy. Okay, and human dynamics. What is the role of the humans are here, the coders, developers, implementers, testers, software testers. These are the human dynamics, means what is the role of human in order to fulfill this software architecture. And next is IT environment, how the IT environment should be there, and what is the quality attributes. Again, the qualities of good software. The software should be manageable, it should be secure, it should be portable, it should be user friendly. Okay, it should be reliable, it should be robust. These are the quality attributes. And next is design, how to design a software. Okay, how to design a software. All these aspects are related to the software architecture. And business strategy means which strategy we need to use. Suppose I want to develop a software called ABC, and that software, it is mainly related to the database management. I want to develop for a database management. So to develop that database management software, which database I have to use, whether I have to use SQL, whether I have to use JDBC, okay, or ODBC, or that is SQL query language, and whether I have to implement it on a single platform, on only Unix, or Unix along with a Windows series, that is Windows XP or Windows latest series. Okay, like this, many business strategies we need to implement. And next, what is the cost of software and how to launch it in the market, and also I must listen to the stakeholders requirements before implementing these business strategies. Okay, and we can segregate this software architecture and design into